Hello and welcome. In today's exciting episode, I am going to take a look back at everything I made in the month of May, which was Me Made May. So, as well as making the black and white things, I also finished a dozen other things.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
I didn't know that May was a Me Made May month, where you had to, well, there's lots of different things you can choose to do for the month. You can wear a whole Me Made outfit for each day of the month, or you can fix a bunch of things. Anyway, I decided to finish a lot of unfinished things. And here is a prime example. This patchwork dress I made right at the end of last year, but I didn't do the lining and I hadn't hand stitched the cuffs of the sleeves. So I did that, and I also hand stitched the lining on the inside. And so here it is with a Burberry ribbon as the sash around the waist. And yeah, it's not the most perfect patchwork dress ever, but it is the first patchwork dress I made, so I'm always going to love it. I've made 2 so far, and I definitely intend on making more. As time goes by, I am more and more critical about my fabric choices in this patchwork dress. I wish I hadn't used those white base ones. I think they stand out far too much. I originally wanted just beige based ones, and it was also sort of a way to use up my scraps from my Christmas prints. So yeah, moving forward, I will be very much more choosy about the types of fabric I use in each patchwork dress. So I'm going to do maybe half a dozen of them, and I'll be very specific about the fabrics I use in each. Next up, this was a UFO that I made. It was a vintage Vogue 1939 dress, and I added a couple of panels to the skirt to make it fuller, and I also made a different bodice for it, and I love that Space Monster fabric. I think it's darling. This is a almost finished jacket that I've had in a storage box for ages, and I finally finished it. It's an Oscar de la Renta tweed that I bought in New York years and years ago, so long, and it's peach and apricot and beige, grey and gold and black. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The actual jacket is finished, but I've left the silk lining open at the bottom, and because I'm going to bead it, and I'm just pointing out those pearl-tipped pins because I intend to use ivory pearls to bead it, I think. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Just because it's so luxe, and I think it would look beautiful. This dress is a Butterick 6677. Oh, this is all the dresses from the side. And that one I was just focusing on is a Scandinavian Christmas print of candy canes, and I just think it's a little on the boring side, but it's also quite cute. And this is what they look like from the side. This has got a beautiful silhouette. I love the slight kick at the bottom of the crop of the jacket. So beautiful. And that tweed, oh, I just love it. Sometimes the black blobs in it kind of irk me, but other times I'm like, yeah, no, it's just enough sort of tension. I think if the black blobs weren't there, it would be a little bit too perfect and a little too pastel and pretty. So yeah, I think they're just right. And this is all of these looks from the back. I particularly love this 1939 dress. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I've got the 1950s petticoat underneath it, and I can only do that because I put the extra panels in the skirt. And yeah, here's the jacket. It's just got such a beautiful silhouette. It really goes right in at the waist. I love that about it. And then we have the patchwork dress, which is a little plain, I guess, but I quite like dresses that sort of wear as if they're basically a t-shirt and jeans. And then the cotton candy one is the same pattern, essentially, just the patchwork one has puffier sleeves. It also has a much fuller skirt. Normally I only have 2 mannequins and the one sort of jacket one up on the sideboard, but I've added 2 more mannequins and I'm not really sure how to navigate them yet. So this one has a really long full skirt, but oh, there you go. You can sort of see it, but Normally it would be up on a storage box and you'd be able to see it more. I'll get better at photographing, filming lots of different mannequins. But for now, yeah. So these are the first 4 looks. So let's move on to the next ones. I'm always surprised that I managed to make so many green ones each month. But yeah, it was black and white month. So let's go for the navy ones because these ones are gorgeous. Okay, so again, we have 3 dresses and 1 jacket. These are the front one, the vintage one at the front, the black with the gold stars on it, I made it from scratch. That was just fabric at the start of May. This was a Christmas fabric. I just love it so much. And I put a green tie on it with my green Valentino Rockstud handbag. I love this look. I haven't tried a green sash with it before. I love it. I think I'm going to wear it like that from now on. I just finally finished this. It's a Linton tweed, and I just love how different it looks from far away compared to close up. It's such an amazing tweed. I love a complex tweed that sort of changes and so pretty. But it's kind of bulky, not heavy, but bulky. So I'm really going to have to put a lot of beading over that one. I think, yeah, a lot of glass beads. I'm thinking blue, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just so happy that it's finished. This is another Christmas fabric of vintage Christmas lights. And yeah, just a plain B6677 dress. And then I put a red and pink sash around it. I love that. This one I had to put a vintage Christmas fabric sash on it because weirdly, I have no black belts and I have no gold belts. That's so odd. I really feel like that's something I have to remedy. I did buy these clips at the end of last year to make beaded belts, but I haven't got around to it because beading takes forever. And I don't know, I just felt like I should sew things and so that I have, something big and tangible for each episode. But anyway, this is what they all look like from the side. And yeah, I love this navy and green together. So pretty. And yeah, I love how quiet this vintage Christmas light print is compared to the colourful one on the left. And I love this jacket. It is just so cute, but it is very bulky. I'm going to have to put quite a lot of beads on that one. It's okay. I kind of only make jackets so that I can embellish them with lots of, use up my bead collection. And this one, it is so pretty. It's very loud. You can see like they are both similar in some ways, they're vintage Christmas light prints, but also they're quite different. So yeah, and I really do love that one with the pink and red sash on it. I think it looks really pretty. So, and this is them from the back. With this vintage one at the front in black with the gold stars on it, I tied a big bow at the back. And I don't know, there's something very Audrey Hepburn about it. I suppose if you tied the bow in the front also, it would be very vintage. But yeah, I think it's nice. It breaks it up. But I also think I should make a black belt or a gold belt. I think that would be really beautiful. I clearly am obsessed with that navy and green combination. Look at those shoulders. I love a pair of perfectly set sleeves on a jacket. It's just, and also I love how much it goes in at the waist. This is the Italian silk that I used as a lining. It is the very last of this fabric that I have. I bought quite a few yards of it. And yeah, I mostly used it on Chanel tweeds, but this is the very, very last of it. So sigh. And there we go. I like it sort of, yeah, picks out the golden and the red and sort of makes it orange on the inside. I don't know. I kind of liked it. So there we go. That's that set. And now it is time to move on to the next grouping. I was packing away the dresses and the jackets as I went. So as you can see, we're about halfway through. So I think we'll go the teal one next. Anything with a little bit of orange in there. So, sunshine. This one it was one of the last ones for May. It's I was trying to do a crossover episode between yellow and black, so hence those 4 fabrics that I used. This one was one of the tackle 10, so I just there were little bits that I hadn't finished. I had to hand stitch these sleeves. I had to make a lining and change the back of it. I like it with the orange sash around the waist. I normally have a green sash on this one, and this one has pockets, and yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous with my Valentino handbag. And yeah, it's just a short dress, semi-fitted skirt. I now make the skirt fuller because it's a little too fitted for me, but it's okay. And this one is the Doctor Who fabric, and it's the same one, but I had more fabric left over. So with the skirt, I just made it 3 tiers and pleated them down. And then the sash I used is from a beige and mustard dress that I made back in January. And I just sort of tied it as a very thick sash around the waist. And I think that looks quite cute. So this is them from the side. I really quite like the first tier of the skirt on the Empire line one, the one on the right, is rayon, and it falls really nicely. The other versions that I've made of this are made of cotton, and this pleats sort of sit out a little bit. So, I mean, that's one good thing about rayon, I guess, but I do prefer 100% cotton dresses just generally. This one, I feel like the sleeves sort of get in the way of a cinched waist. You can't see how cinched it is, but, you know, I'm not that vain, so I think it looks cute. And this is them from the back, and I'm just about to put a tie on the Empire line one with the sunflowers on it, I think, from memory. Actually, I take the mustard and beige one off the left one, and I put that on the sunflower dress, and I think they go really, really well together. And then I put a sort of tealy aqua one on there, and it looks darling. I think they go really well together. And yeah, so there we go. And that's them from the side, just with the sashes on, if you wanted to see what they looked, the difference of the Empire line one with a sash on or sash off. And there we go. The thing 1 and thing 2 characters on that dress are so incredibly cute. Okay, so I packed those dresses away, and speaking of all things Halloween, now it is time to get out the original Empire line dress, which has 2 Halloween fabrics and 2 just plain black and white fabrics. And that's the one on the left. And then the one on the right is just a maxi summer dress out of 9 yards of fabric, 3 rayon floral, 3 cotton in black with gold metallic dots, and 3 with the sort of leaf print on it, also black base, and that one has a hood. So I call it my girly Darth Vader dress. Again, I'm adding a green sash, as I do with everything. And I put a green sash on that one as well. I just think they look so pretty. And here we go from the side, and I'll show you the tweed jacket closer in a moment. But yeah, I think these are all absolutely gorgeous. Probably because they're so dark, I probably won't wear them so much in the hot months. Probably more wear them with a hoodie and layers underneath, and, you know, trousers underneath as well, and wear them in winter because I think they're rather fabulous. And there is that tweed jacket is a Linden tweed, and I bought it years and years ago. It might even be like a decade ago, seriously long time ago. I just didn't want to wreck it. And so, yeah, I sort of half made it, and then I couldn't decide which silk to do for the lining. So then I got distracted and I made something else. Here you can sort of see the hood of this one. And here's the rayon section. Such a pretty fabric. And yeah, I'm really glad I finally finished that jacket. It is adorable. You can see lots of close-up shots of it in the sewing vlog that I just posted like a couple of days ago, or maybe a week or so ago. Okay, so the last lot of dresses, we have this green one. Again, it is a Halloween fabric, but I got it in clearance from the clearance section. So it's not, I didn't buy it as a Halloween fabric, just as a pretty green one. And then these front two were actually one dress. And I took the bodice off and I made another one. And then I also had enough fabric left over to make the baby doll Empire line dress. So yeah, and the one on the furthest right has the 1950s petticoat underneath it. Obviously, that's why it's sitting out so beautifully. And then the one on the left is a vintage Christmas fabric. And that's just a Butterick 6677 bodice and then 3-tiered skirt. And I just love that fabric. I love it so, so much. I don't think it's particularly Christmas-ish. I think it's really summery and I love it. My ideal dress is basically as comfortable as jeans and a t-shirt, and that one definitely meets that brief. And this is what they all look like from the side. I think the vintage one looks absolutely gorgeous from the side, but also this green one with the full circle skirt, I think that one is absolutely gorgeous. Previously, I think I've shown it to you with the 1950s petticoat underneath it, but I personally would just wear it as a plain dress, and I actually like it better that way. So, but yeah, the vintage one on the right, I really do like that one, both with and without the 1950s petticoat underneath it. And yeah, the one on the left, I wouldn't ever wear a petticoat under that one. I think it's gorgeous just the way it is. Same with the baby doll. I'll probably wear that most with like leggings, yoga pants underneath, and maybe a long sleeve t-shirt if it's a cooler month. It is quite cute. And of course there is the Chanel style jacket at the back. And that's it. That was everything I made and all the UFOs that I finished in May 2023. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you were inspired to finish off your unfinished projects. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with those 3 jackets that I finally finished, and all the dresses too, especially the Empire line ones. Oh, I love them. So thanks again for watching and commenting and liking. Very grateful for your support. And now I am off to make yet another tweed jacket.